Hi, and welcome to another video about the HTC Kaiser. Just thought I'd show you a few more bits and pieces about the machine, and if you're thinking of buying one, then perhaps this might help you decide whether to go for one or not. Now, I thought I'd do a couple of things. Is first of all show you the browser, and secondly show you a bit about how well the Kaiser handles video, particularly at full screen. Okay, so let's start Internet Explorer. I would point out that I'm using Wi-Fi here on the home wireless router. I don't normally use connectivity via the phone because it just costs too much money. But there you go, that came in fairly quickly. That's Google. It's obviously the mobile web page version. I think what I'm going to do actually, I'm going to dim the screen a bit because I think that's looking rather overexposed on the camera, so let's just do that. There you go. Right, okay, hopefully that's a little bit easier to see. So let's just load up a web page. I've got it running in full screen because that gets rid of the bottom bar and quite clearly gives you more visible area for the web pages. So let's go to favourites, and we'll go to the BBC homepage, and let's see how quickly that loads up. Now it's gone to the mobile homepage, so let's just scroll down, and we should have an option down here at some point to actually go to the full-blown page. So to make it a bit easier, I'm actually going to go to the BBC Business page, which I know loads up full screen, well, not just full screen, but also desktop version. So let's see how quickly it loads that. There we go, 2 kilobyte. You can see the progress at the bottom there. Still thinking about it. And it's loaded. So wasn't too bad. Fair bit of data on these BBC pages, and the other thing is they usually got a fair bit of graphics for it to load up. You can also see I'm using the I don't know what you call this, but moving the screen about with my thumb or my finger. I think you probably do it with the stylus as well, not so easily. It does really need the finger. And that works quite well. It's a feature that was on the HTC Touch, and that works quite well. Being a 320 by 240 screen, obviously is a lot more scrolling about that you have to do than you would do on, say, a VGA screen. But it's bright, it's clear, the pictures are sharp, the text is nice and easy to read. Obviously you can make the text a bit smaller. On a screen of this size, it's probably not a good idea. Let's see how quickly it brings it back into portrait by closing the screen. And there you go. That's fairly swift. And then you can move it about much more easily using the D-pad at the bottom. But as I say, that loaded quite quickly. Let's go into another page. And there we go, it's loaded. Now I have to say I had an HP RX 4240, which I did another video about, but that's since been sold on. And I have to say that loaded pages, I'm quite convinced it loaded pages faster than the HTC Kaiser does. So you know, not overly impressed with the speed of the page loading, but then again, it's not that bad considering what we had to put up with just a few years ago. But it's perfectly adequate, and as I say, this is on Wi-Fi 802.11g, but just gives you an idea of what the web browser is like. So I'll probably point out that there might be a bit of a funny noise on this video, and the culprit of that noise is there, and she has got the deepest purr in a cat that I haven't ever had and you can see what she's doing is she's found the radiator, because this is the UK in winter and it's absolutely freezing outside, and she knows it. So she found a radiator and she's keeping warm, so I'm not going to move her. You'll just have to put up with the purring, I'm afraid. Okay, let's run a video, see how it's going to cope with a movie, and I'm going to use TCP/MP, which I think is probably the best ever video player created for Pocket PCs. And I've actually got let's actually open a file. Let's see what we can find. Let's try Black Hawk Down. Put it onto full screen. Let's actually move it on a bit.
Perfect. Yeah. For you two, circling above it at 500 feet, it's imperfect. Down on the street, it's unforgiving.
Now, probably the most important thing I'm trying to show you here is whether or not this is particularly smooth playback of the video, and I think, generally speaking, you'd agree that it is. That's very watchable, and one of the things that you won't be able to tell from a YouTube video is the quality of the video here, and I can tell you that that is a very sharp playback, very nice quality on the screen, very watchable. And of course, one of the beauties of the Kaiser is because you can put it into the tilt mode. You can pop this on your lap or on a desk in front of you, or if you're on an aeroplane, stick it on the tray in front of you and watch a movie. So playback of movies on the HTC Kaiser, no problems at all. One of the things I did in my earlier videos is I ran the GPS software, in this case TomTom, and I couldn't get a signal. I hadn't used the GPS all that much, and I think possibly one of the reasons why I couldn't get a signal, bearing in mind I was indoors, and I still am, in exactly the same position as I was in that video, I couldn't get any satellite signals at all. And I think, having used the GPS quite a bit now, the satellite fix is absolutely spot on. Here we are indoors. It's about, well, you can see the time of day there, 20 to 8, getting on 4, and the windows are covered by heavy curtains, and yet we're getting some pretty good satellite reception there, and that came on very swiftly. So I think that's a testament to the strength of the GPS receiver. Okay, that's it for this one. Hope you found that useful. Had a look at the web browser there, and also video capabilities, and if there's any other bits and pieces I think you might be interested in, then I'll pop up another video at some point in the future. In the meantime, all the best, and thanks for watching. Cheers.